Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Rorschach with the Game Reactionists, and I'm going to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Right now I have the trailer in the background, so my family and I went to go see this movie today, as a matter of fact. And so I'm just going to give you a little bit of my reaction / review of the movie. First off, let's get the taglines out of the way. If you're not already a subscriber of the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe to us. We got a lot of different things video game related that we do and have in the pipeline as well, including reactions, gameplay, reviews, and soon to come podcasts. So, Super Mario Brothers, the movie 2023. What did I think of it? It was okay. It's from Illumination Studios, so the same studio behind Despicable Me and the Minions movie, and it's not too bad. It's pretty enjoyable. One thing I have to tell you is it is definitely a kids movie. So please go into the expectation of seeing a kids movie, and it's a Mario movie at that. It's not a Shakespearean piece. So what do I think of it? It's fun. It's entertaining. I think Jack Black stole the show with his voice acting of Bowser. He really seemed invested into the character. The other voice actors, I don't know, there's much to be desired, if I could say that. So actually, now that I'm listening to the trailer here as well, Keegan-Michael Key, he was pretty entertaining to listen to as Toad. Chris Pratt does a fine enough job. Charlie Day does a fine enough job. Seth Rogen, I gotta say he was rather boring as Donkey Kong. I don't know. I'm not a Seth Rogen fan in general. But yeah, so the plot is spoilers as well, and I'll be sure to list that in the description. There will be spoilers for the movie. So the plot is basically Mario and Luigi are starting their own plumbing company, and there's a huge water main break within the city of Brooklyn. Mario and Luigi try to be the ones to fix the main break, to gather attention for their business and to gather success. They discover a tunnel of pipes within the sewers of Brooklyn. They get sucked into a green warp pipe, and as they're being transported to wherever that goes, they get separated. Luigi goes into the Darklands, which is part of Bowser's Keep, and Mario goes into the Mushroom Kingdom. And upon arriving in the Mushroom Kingdom, he's obviously wanting to locate his brother, and he meets Toad and Princess Peach. Princess Peach is definitely, I guess, a strong female character archetype. She's perfect at everything, and there are aspects of her character I don't mind. She's wanting to stop Bowser and wanting to, save her kingdom, which makes sense. If you're the princess of a kingdom, you're going to want to, try to preserve your kingdom, try to preserve your people, and I can appreciate that. There's just a couple of lines and characters with hers that I don't know. At one point, there are people asking who Mario is, and she says he's not important. I don't know. That's the namesake of your movie. I don't think you have to disrespect him to that regard. Saying something like, he's Mario and he's here to help us. Perfect. You don't have to say too much about him. Jack Black, Bowser, is obviously... They take the storyline from Mario 3D World, if I'm not mistaken, where Bowser wants to marry Princess Peach and rule the worlds with that. Again, he's very entertaining. There's a couple of musical set pieces with Jack Black that were pretty funny. so I appreciated that. When they go to the Kong Kingdom to meet Donkey Kong and the other Kongs, there was some pretty cool stuff in there. You had Trixie Kong there, Diddy Kong, Chunky Kong, Funky Kong, and then they had the infamous DK rap in part of the movie. I guess there's a little bit of controversy because there were credits to the writer of that rap. I don't know. Maybe you credit him, you credit everybody else in movies nowadays. I don't know. But it was still pretty cool. In terms of nostalgia baits, there's plenty of it. Charles Martinet, who is the voice actor of Mario in the video games, he does voice Mario's dad in the movie, so it's cool that they got him involved in some capacity. I'm one who kind of wished that they had him as the actual voice actor, but Chris Pratt is going to get more people into movie theater seats than Charles Martinet is, just based off of name recognition, so I get it. But they had scenes from the Super Mario Brothers, the original Super Mario Brothers game, the original Donkey Kong game where he was known as Jumpman. You know, you had Mario playing in NES. He was playing Kid Icarus. He had a glider from the Star Fox games in there, so that was pretty cool. Just a lot of good fan service in the movie. And at the end of the movie, Mario saves the day, saves Luigi, defeats Bowser. And then there's definitely sequel baits at the end. There are there's a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene, so stick around for that. But there's cool sequel bait where Yoshi ends up in Brooklyn as an egg, and the egg is about to hatch, and then you hear the iconic voice of Yoshi itself. So all in all, if you're a fan of the Mario series, I think you should see it. I think you'll appreciate it if you go into the mindset that it is a kids movie. I can't stress that enough. The Mario games were never games that had serious, in-depth plot to them anyway. So definitely, see it if you're a fan of Mario or a video gamer in general. I think you'll have fun with it. I think it's worth the price of admission, so I do recommend it. And if you have a family of your own, then all the more reason to go see it, because then you can take your children to see it. My wife and kids loved it, and so that experience alone is worth it to me. So with that said, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Covered voice acting, covered plot, covered Easter eggs. So yeah, I recommend it. It's definitely better than the movie that came out in the 90s. I think that's not a tough act to follow anyway. And so with that said, I am Rorschach with the Game Reactionists. If you've seen the movie, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Let me know if you agree with anything I said or disagree with anything I've said. I'd love to interact with anybody out in the community and get feelers on what people thought of the movie. So yeah, that'll wrap up this video. I appreciate anybody watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.